never really stop evolving and looking at continually innovating what we're doing. And so I guess on that note, it's probably worthwhile talking about some of the tools, practices and processes that certainly I use and I advocate in this journey. So, and I know that Adam in a previous discussion has mentioned he's sort of walked you through a little bit of the human-centered design, design thinking, service design concepts. And there's certainly aspects that I look to include in each project that I work on. What's really important, I think, at the get-go when we're looking at understanding that we've got a great idea that we're looking to evolve, is that we need to take that balcony view on that problem state. So again, Adam has talked to you probably a little bit before about Clayton Christensen, what is the job to be done? So how do we get ourselves in a position that we can objectively take that balcony view and not just affirm what a great idea we've got, because that's useless. We need to really understand, well, how will this solve the inherent problem that's out in the marketplace? And so how do you actually start on that journey? And Adam was saying that it can be a little bit overwhelming, and I have built numerous platforms and launched and sold businesses, and I still find the process overwhelming at times. So you're not alone. What I fall back to is really those sanity checks, sort of opening up to the devil's advocates and making sure that I'm conducting research, that I'm going out and exploring the problem space. And often I saw a question that came through in some of the questions that Adam had sent through earlier to say, which do we do first? Do we start with qualitative research or quantitative research? And I guess the first step is to kind of see what existing research is currently presented out there that might reflect the problem that we're dealing with. So do a bit of desk research. But then once we've done that bit of digging, it's really about delving into some qualitative research first. So what I often do is look at engaging mobile ethnography studies. So there's some great online platforms to recruit audiences and actually execute studies. And the purpose of those is really to get into the mindset of what your potential customers are doing from a broader perspective. So if it's a case of, for example, I talked about the Working with Children check earlier, what we actually did is followed the end-to-end customer journey of people that were wanting to get a Working with Children check. So right from the spark, what was the element that told them, oh, I really do need a Working with Children check, I better check that out? How did they go through the process of exploring what's involved? How did they end up, did they consult friends, families, sporting clubs? What were some of the issues and challenges that they experienced along that road? And through mobile ethnography, we were able to get them to capture some qualitative video insights of every aspect of the journey. So them filling out the forms to going off to an Australia Post outlet, we got them to take photographs of the outlet that they were in, how long were the queues, were they waiting long, what was the service like from the staff member, how closely did they check your identification, so on and so forth. And so with that type of research in mind, we were able to formulate a customer journey map. So an end-to-end customer journey map where we're able to track each step along the journey and the various touch points. And I guess what's really important about journey mapping is that we capture pretty much all the major touch points, whether they are influenced by the potential idea or solution that we might have, or they are touch points that exist beyond our realm of control or influence or desire to influence. Because we need to understand the overarching customer experience. And it's often within areas that we least expect that we can innovate. So, what we actually found with the Working with Children check is that actually going to the Australia Post outlet